dear subscribers and viewers, it's me with you again, and now we're visiting a place called Geghard. It's a monastery in mountains in Armenia, and the landscape is picturesque, to say the least of it. It's marvelous. I'm just stunned by the beauty around me. And I want to keep it for you as well as for myself. The beauty is so entrancing. I'm waiting for these vans and cars to pass, and I want to cross the road. I hope I will be alive after it. What does it want from me? Crazy driver. I want just to cross the road and see what is there. Because I think I can hear water. Yes, there is a river. There is nothing more enchanting than nature. Okay, let's go up and see the monastery. We're going to go up that path. And I think turn right after that. This piece of masterpiece we are seeing in front of us symbolizes giving birth to children. And these are copies. And the originals are in Ichmedzin place. Can you see the cross up in the mountain? I don't know when it was put there. The guide has said that originally Geghard was built to keep safe, to keep a spear, and first of all to find a spear somewhere in the mountains, and they had to dig in to find that spear, but they couldn't, and still they had free rock, and started to build monastery here. The precise date of this monastery foundation is not known, but it is stated that it was built in the 4th century when Christianity started to be the state religion of Armenia, and the place was chosen not by chance. It was chosen because of the river underneath, and the place was considered to be holy place. So here it is. The inner buildings of monastery. This is the entrance to the Prussian Church that was built at the beginning of 13th century to Prussian family, a noble line of Armenia. It looks grand. Even more grand for the beginning of the 13th century. They think it was redecorated at the beginning of the 15th century, but it's not stated precisely. It's just guesses and gossips. Reminds a medieval castle. Okay, let's light a candle here. Okay, this is another part of the church building. I wish I had a better camera for this. There is a sacred spring in this part, and we can hear it over there. Here it is. That is why there are so many people here. They all want to drink and to wash their faces. We'll do it too. It is the place called Spear because the spear was kept here in this building. Let's come a bit closer. And here is an arch where the spear originally was held. This is another part of the building, of the church building. Someone whistles in delight, and it is really delighting. It is really grand. centuries sleep here. Beneath these arches. Nice moment to take photos because there are not many people here, so in this very building there is a mixture of cultures, pagan and Christian. The symbol you can see above the doorway is the symbol of sun, pagan symbol of sun. And it's all is mixed with Christian symbols. At the right side of the doorway you can see the cross that is already a Christian symbol. This building is a symbol of peace, and this is a tomb of the main plain of Armenia. And this carving that you see, it is with two lines that symbolize when a knight and a king are united and their power is united, there will be always peace and food and prosperity for ordinary people. And the eagle is the symbol of the Holy Spirit. And a sheep is something to be sacrificed to God. This building was a single piece of rock. And the workers digged inside that piece of rock, and everything is carved inside is a part of single piece of rock. I lament that I have a poor camera, but only the cross over there is taken inside, and all the other pieces are carved, being the part of a single rock. And these are tombs of Prussian family.
Были монголы, конечно, турки, сельджуки, монголы и Тамерлан тоже здесь, да, по всем церквям.
This is an original Hachkar stone. Hachkar stone is a stone put at the grave, so it's a gravestone. It was dated at the beginning of 20th century, and that is how the beginning of the construction was dated, by this single stone. Hachkar is carved from a single piece of rock, and it's very difficult to carve, especially at the beginning of the 12th century. So it's the beginning of the 12th century. All the buildings were carved from the upper part and down. So the workers had to dig into the rock, and it gives marvelous acoustic effect. Imagine chorus singing in such a church. One cannot believe only in God, but in anything you may wish. Candles burning. I regret that I have such a poor camera for making videos in such marvelous buildings. Imagine every piece be carved by hand. This building was made after all the others, and it was made in front of the church, of the main church. It was smaller in the 12th century, but as the time passed, there wasn't place enough for all the people who wanted to come to the church. And they had to rebuild it. And up to 15th century, it was allowed to gather in the church, to hold meetings, to discuss different questions. And people needed much place. And that is why the church was rebuilt. And another small buildings to the left and to the right, and this one in front of the church were made. So this is the main altar. As you can see, it's quite high, not like all the others in the Orthodox churches in Russia, for example, but it's a little bit different. And it is said to have Catholic carvings of a cross. So let's continue our walk. Again, outside of the building. There was a great earthquake in Armenia, and after that earthquake they had to rebuild the monastery, to rebuild the churches. There was a canteen behind this wall. The woman points out to the wall of the church. So this rock is actually the wall of the church. And this part of the landscape is behind the wall, behind the monastery wall. There is a bridge here, and they say there is a waterfall nearby, and I can almost hear it. I doubt whether there is a river. It is a river sound or waterfall sound, but it sounds like a waterfall. Not a grand waterfall, but still. So we're on the bridge now. All these small notes are with wishes. People wish so much. We forgot to take a piece of paper or a piece of cloth with a wish inscribed. But I hope God will fulfill all our wishes in time. So we're back again at this side of the wall. And we're going up now because they say there are caves there. They were used by monks for prayers, for everyday prayers. And all these mountains were underwater once. Can't imagine this, but they say it to be true. So let's go up. I'm going up the stairs now. And there are hutch cars here as well. Armenian gravestones. And there are caves over there. But I like hutch cars most of all. These sophisticated masterpieces. Okay, let's go up and see what is there. And this is the view from the wall, upper wall. And here is the first cave. Let's have a look inside. Here is a cave that was used by the nuns, by the monks, sorry. Great place for singing something and for prayers that will be heard even in whisper. There's great acoustic here. Look at that marble. Maybe there will be some more caves over there. Let's have a look. So we're again near the main building of the church, and there is a way up, and there are people there, and they say there are caves. So let's check it. So we're here, we're up, and here are they, the caves. They say there are 2 monks here at present. One is Dean and another is his junior. Only 2 of them keeping that place. So we're going inside now. There are crosses here.
Окрашенные краской из червей кошенили. Это кошениль, это червячки, которые занесены в Красную книгу, водятся они на Араратской равнине, и они живут под землей и выходят наружу всего лишь.
This wall is decorated with crosses, and these crosses are decorated with print made of worms. And these worms are in the red book.
Вот. И эта краска славится своей яркостью и устойчивостью. То есть на протяжении столетий она очень устойчива бывает. Также этой краской.
So here are the crosses I promised to show you. The crosses are decorated with red. Red is extracted from the worms. So let's come inside. There are steps down, so we have to be careful. Okay, here's what inside. What is inside? And it's not like a cave. It's like a huge cathedral. carved in a rock. It's quite cold inside. It was built at the beginning of the 12th century. Marvelous. And in one of the corners I discovered this, a hole leading to the rear church, the church that is underneath us. We've been to that place already. There are again a lot of people here. I was surprised. So we have visited the caves and the upper church, and we live in Geghard, a monastery of the 13th century, and saying goodbye to it. So we have to move on to visit another place today. And